Well, it turns out it isn't just having a degree. It's the type of degree that matters to your earning potential, according to a new study.
Researchers took a look at the average salaries 4 years after graduating of some of the most popular fields and found nursing majors earn $77,000, business administration majors earn $58,000, and psychology majors earn $43,000.
Joining us now is Aimee Picchi. She is a CBS News MoneyWatch Associate Managing Editor. Aimee, so we see how those jobs, how those majors did. And you recently looked at how college majors impact your earnings in some of the other ways, too. Let's just start off with the highest paying majors. What did they have in common?
Sure. I mean, it's probably no surprise, but they tend to be in STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math. And like, as you said, this is a study that's looking at the incomes of students 4 years after they graduate. So they're pretty earlier in their careers. But you can see already that, just at that point in their mid-20s, computer science and grads, for instance, are making, six figures. And that's a big difference from the overall average income of college grads, regardless of their majors, which is about $57,000 a year. So over time, that can make a big difference in what you're earning.
Yeah, I think this is so fascinating to look at these various fields. And you write that the lowest earning majors earn roughly $32,000 to $16,000. And those include teaching English or French as a second language, dance, drama, business operations support, and cosmetology. So how much are these majors at a disadvantage?
Yeah, I mean, you just really have to think about what this means over time. For instance, think about your ability to save for retirement, buy a home, even repay your student loans. If you're making, $30,000 or less a year, it could be more of a struggle. But, I think it's important to point out that, these aren't necessarily the most popular majors, and the top earning majors also aren't the same as the most popular majors. For instance, the most popular major is business administration, which you mentioned, where earnings are about $58,000 a year. And that's a solid income for someone in their mid-20s. But of course, it's far from someone who's, majoring in computer science who comes out with a six-figure income. But, I just want to stress that people go to college for a number of reasons. And one is to figure out what they want to do with their lives. Some students may already know that they don't want to go into a STEM field, and they want to explore their options. They want to explore something that they're interested in.
It's interesting as you're talking about that and the question about repaying student loans. The conventional wisdom has always been a 4-year degree is going to pay off. I wonder if in your research you found that that's still the case, that in the long run, getting a 4-year degree, you're going to make up for that money, even if it means that you have to leave school in debt. But especially given how much we saw these salaries vacillate based off of what you're studying, just give guidance to people who are now thinking about what they should do.
Yeah, that's a great question. And overall, research after research shows that college is the best way to a solid financial future. The typical grad, for instance, between 25 years old to 64 earns about $127,000 a year. People who don't have a college degree earn about $61,000 a year. So it's solid, but I mean, that's, you're going to earn possibly twice as much if you have a college degree. But, looking at those difference in majors, the experts I spoke to said, you do need to think about this as an investment. This is probably your biggest investment aside from buying a house. And that's why students should weigh the financial outcomes when they're choosing their majors and really think about what kind of path they're going to have after they graduate. But I also want to point out, if you get a degree in dance or music, you don't necessarily have to go into that career afterwards. People switch careers. So that doesn't necessarily, tie you to that outcome. But overall, college degrees do pay off. And these are things that you just need to think about as you're opting for your major and considering where to go to college.
All right. Aimee Picchi, thank you.
Thank you so much.